Hey guys, welcome back. It is me, Old Moose, back and masked up again. Back for another VDO. Today, I don't know if you could tell by my energy, but it was a good day. It's wild how shit changes so quick, yo. Yesterday was such a bad day, probably one of the lowest rated days, and today was just magnifique. So welcome back. Today is day 36, okay? Or I don't know. But yeah, today is day 36 of this journey that we have been on. And by far today was probably the best day since I've started journaling, working out, and doing these daily uploads, right? So let me just get started with how the day was. So today was kind of different from not most days, but it was kind of different. I woke up pretty late today. I woke up around like 9-ish, 9:30, which is usually for me late because recently these past couple of days I've been waking up around 7-ish, 8 at the latest, right? But today I woke up around 9:30-ish. I was kind of just dragging my feet, kind of. I was pretty tired because I went to sleep late last night. And, I first thing that I always do is I go to the gym. So, not always, but I just recently started going to the gym first thing in the morning. And today was leg day. And that's where I kind of got a new epiphany, a discovery. I wouldn't say it's a discovery like it's some groundbreaking shit, but after I was done with my squats, I decided, like I'm gonna go hit the machines like I usually do. And while I was on the machines, I was kind of worried that I was like, whenever I'm kind of doing like the seated like you're kind of like lifting your legs, right? And you just swing them like this. I was worried. I'm like, yo, am I using one leg more than the other? I was kind of tripping about that. So after that, I just put the weight to like about half the weight that it was at, like on the machine. And then after that, I just focused on one leg at a time to just better help isolate the muscle. And by far, that was way better. I'm going to probably keep doing that moving forward from now on when it comes to my leg workouts and maybe even with other machine workouts. We'll see. We'll see where I can continue this. But yeah, nah, it's I got my leg workout in. It was a doozy. It's kind of wobbly on my feet for the post workout little walk, but by the end of the walk, I was like feeling all pretty much 100%. It was all good after. But yeah, nah, after I was finished up at the gym, I went to the Apple store, and I was telling you guys yesterday about how I was having issues with my iPhone and the lock notes on it because I wasn't able to get into it because like the app would open, right, and all the unlock notes I'd be able to open them, no issue. But whenever I go on the lock notes, it would say, hey, this note is locked, press here if you want to view note and unlock it. And whenever I pressed it, the app would freeze. The app would like freeze for a couple seconds, and then it wouldn't open. Like nothing would show up. There would be no enter passcode, little prompt, nothing would show up. So that I was tripping, bro, because there was days worth of notes on there. Actually, I want to say days worth of notes. It was like one of my big stories, like my magnum opus that I've been kind of like I want to kind of like use in the future. That was behind those lock notes. So I was really stressing over that. That might have been also, and that was one of the reasons why yesterday was rated so badly. But today I went to the Apple store and I showed them the issue. And when I handed the phone over to the guy, he just immediately restarted the phone. I told him, yeah, I restarted the phone. I disconnected it from my iCloud. And I was tripping when I did that, but I disconnected it from my iCloud for a sec. And then after that, I reconnected it. And still, it was the same issue. And then after that, he recommended me. He's like, oh, you pretty much did everything that we would have done, but he went to my setting and he's like, oh, you didn't reset your settings. I'm like, yeah. He's like, try resetting your settings, but before you do that, try to go to iCloud.com and log in and see if you can view your notes from there. So I didn't want to reset all my settings. I was kind of worried when he told me that. I was like, won't that delete everything? He's like, nah, man. It'll just get rid of your alarms and your passcode and other like personalized things you've done to your settings, right? So I'm like, okay, I'll try it out. So when I left, I immediately did the iCloud thing first. I was like, okay, let me just see if I'm able to get my notes back just through the iCloud. When I log into iCloud.com using my like my Apple registry, it didn't work. Like it wouldn't let me even open up the lock notes. It's like, oh, you need to view this on like a Mac OS or some other type of operating system. And I was like, fuck, man. I thought it was over, bro. at that point, I was like, fuck, looks like I gotta buy a new phone or something. Well, actually, I already have a Google Pixel 8, right? But Pro. But I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna have to buy another iPhone, right? I didn't even want to think about returning this. I'm like, I have to buy another iPhone. But I took the guy's advice about resetting all the settings, and that got rid of all my alarms. I got rid of all of my like notifications and all that shit. But I kept all my apps still. It kept my notes. It kept my pictures and videos and all that shit. So I go to my notes app, and because I reset my password, the notes have no password. So I got my notes back. That was the first blessing of the day. That was the very first blessing of the day. Probably the best thing that, actually no, yeah, that was one of the best things that happened today. And then, yeah, I was on cloud nine after that. I was happy as fuck, man. That made my day right there. You know, I didn't get any writing or any like type of drawing. I didn't even learn any Japanese today, but that alone would have just made my day a 4 out of 5, right? But then after that, I go home, you know, I get some other shit done, and then I find out some other good news. I have an income increase. Today is just a series of happy events. Today is just a series of great events. Yesterday was a series of unfortunate events. Today is a series of fortunate events. I am so happy today. Today is pretty much, if I got like my writing and like, you know, typing and like drawing and like all the Japanese learning in, and I could still do that right now after this video. But if I got that in, like, it would have been probably even a 6 out of 5. It would have been like the perfect day even. Except downstairs is pretty messy. My broski kept it fucking messy. But it was still a good day. I'm on cloud nine. I'm feeling good. After I found out about the painkillers, I was like, I didn't even want to do anything. I just wanted to relax. I'm like, fuck, man. Which is weird because you're supposed to. Once that should happen, I should have just been working harder. But I was feeling nice, and I still am feeling nice right now too. So yeah, no, today was just a series of good things, you know. A lot of, hopefully this energy keeps up. Insha'Allah. Thank you, Alhamdulillah, that everything good has happened to me. Today was a blessed day. Today was a really blessed day. I'm happy to report I'd give today a 5 out of 5. Hands up, not hands down. It was a great day. It was a great day. 5 out of 5. You know. Hopefully this energy keeps up. Tomorrow, I'm going to do writing. I'm going to do drawing, and I'm going to do learning Japanese. Today was just such a good day even without those things, so I might even do it after this video is done. But today was just a perfect day. Almost a perfect day, but I'd still give it a 5 out of 5. Today was the best day by far since I started the daily journaling and YouTubing and like all this stuff and working out. Today's been the best day by far. My shoulder still hurt from like the other workouts, but you know, and we got 4 more days until the next fitness update. I'm pretty sure the creatine's already loaded in my system. I keep hovering at around 210 to 212 pounds, like around there. Woke up at 213 today, but we're not gonna talk about that. But it was a good day today. Okay, I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you baiters laters. Love you guys. Oh, bro, that's so cringy.